right, welcome back. We just got done talking about how perception requires memory, that you have to have a memory of a past percept in order to have a current percept, or in order to see anything change in your environment. So, I said before that we don't see things that don't change, and that is quite literally true. Now, you're probably thinking, well, wait a minute. My desk is stationary, it's not moving anywhere. The window is stationary, this house certainly is stationary, or whatever room you're in, right? The cup on the table, that stuff's not moving, but you can see it. It's not changing, but you can see it. Well, the fact is that your eyes make tiny little jittery motions, and those jittery motions allow you to see things that are stationary out in the world. So if I were to sneak up on you like a maniac and paralyze your eyeballs so that they don't make these motions, the world around you, assuming nothing in it was moving or changing, would actually start to disappear, start to fade away. To demonstrate, have a look at this little beauty right here called this is called Troxler fading, this effect. Okay, so you're going to focus right here on this dot and just let it do its magic. Okay, so try and relax your eyes as much as possible. You're going to look right at the dot, nowhere else. Don't move your eyes and keep them open. Yeah, they might start to burn a little bit. Just, play the blinking game. And you'll see the gray area around that black dot slowly fade away. Okay, this is called Troxler fading. And it's all about your visual system adapting to what's going on around it. Okay, so it's sort of the same concept as you walk into a room and it stinks and you're like, oh my God, but you have to stay in the room. 10-15 minutes later, the smell doesn't really bother you anymore. You've adapted to it. Okay, so this Troxler fading is sort of an example of visual adaptation. Okay, so when we talk about adaptation, we also think of things like, okay, let me start over. So there was in 1910, 1911, a scientist named Lowell, okay, and he really thought that he had found canals on Mars. Okay, so this is one of the pictures that he drew. Okay, this is Mars. He's looking at it in the telescope, right? And he could see these distinct sort of canal-like features on the surface of Mars. Breaking news, oh my goodness, Martians build 2 immense canals in 2 years. Like, oh wow, look at the progress, right? Okay. This is what the blood vessels in your eye look like across the retina, okay? Notice the light is shining right here. You got a couple of big canals. Oh, look, it pretty well corresponds to what he drew. Okay, there was essentially a reflective instance in the telescope that or a reflective situation going on in the telescope such that what Lowell saw was actually a reflection of his own, the blood vessels in his own eyes. Now, why don't we see these blood vessels all the time? Because of adaptation. They stay where they are at in relationship to the rest of your eyes. So even though your eyes are making these tiny little movements, right, they're not going to see those blood vessels because the blood vessels move with you. Okay? It's also the reason why you don't really see your nose in front of your face all the time, because you just sort of adapt out of it. Okay, your nose doesn't necessarily like block your environment. All right, here is my little cool demonstration there. Okay, that's it for focuses on change, right? If you don't see it, if it doesn't change, you don't see it. So we will move on to not entirely veridical in the next talk.